Right, okay. So today I thought I've been meaning to come here, still in Brixton, because like I say, obviously at the moment my travel is slightly, well, I can't travel about as much as I could without my freedom pass now anyway, never mind all that. Anyway, the thing is that, like I say, came here once before, maybe even about 2 years ago now. And like I say, I've lived in Brixton nearly 6 years. Now, for the people, I don't know who watches my videos, you know what I mean, I get views on some things, I don't get views on others. But anyway, the thing is that sometimes, obviously, when I'm doing these little vlogs, don't really know who I'll be speaking to in terms of that sense sort of thing. So, you know, I might be talking to people who kind of know already about this place or whatever, or maybe even they don't. So, anyway, like I say, I thought I'll come here today because I've been meaning to do this for a little while anyway. So, like I say, for people that don't live in Brixton or don't know Brixton, Brixton is obviously quite a, you know, built up sort of metropolitan sort of, I don't know what you call it, town. Anyway, the thing is, obviously we're in London, we're not far from central London either. So what I'm trying to get at, basically, long-windedly, is that this thing I'm going to show you in a minute is, at least I think, from my opinion, is not something you would necessarily expect or think would be in a place like Brixton, necessarily. You know, you would expect this maybe in some other countries, perhaps. There's a couple, I don't want to mention the particular country because I'll probably give it away straight away. And I want to try and just sort of do the reveal thing in a minute. So, okay, so we're going to head into this little park area now, right? And as we go in there, in fact, I'll keep the camera on me for a minute, and then we'll do the old, what's the name, like Adam the Woo does with his shonk-a-kong-kong-kong little reveal thing. So, right, so we're heading towards it now. And like I say, you know, you think about it, it's not really one of the, it's kind of like the last thing you'd think you'd expect to see. I think it's amazing, actually. I really, you know, it's like a throwback from many years ago, and it makes me wonder what the place used to look like when this thing was first built or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously it's all now built up as an urban area and so forth and what have you. Right, so in a minute I'm going to show you what we've come to see. So, as I say, prepare yourselves, because you wouldn't expect to see this in a major urban area sort of thing. So here we go. Ta-da! It's a windmill. Yes, it's a flipping windmill in Brixton. How cool is that? Now I think that is awesome. I really do. I mean, you don't see that every day, do you? In a major urban area. Obviously, well, I say obviously, I'm fairly certain it doesn't actually work. Well, I mean, I think the sails might go round still, I don't know, because they look as if they're in fairly good condition in terms of, you know, if the mechanism's engaged and turned on, perhaps it does actually go round on a windy day. I must admit, I don't know, to be quite honest. This is only my second time actually being here. But how cool is that? I think it's so cool. I really do. And you know, it's funny as well, because although I can't swear to it absolutely, 100%, I'm almost certain that there are certain, like, well, I mean, there's a pub just around the corner. We just passed it before I even started the vlog. And I'm almost positive that there's like pubs and even maybe a road called Windmill Lane or something, or what's the name, and you know, and you don't really get the reference to it at first, because if this thing wasn't here anymore, then you wouldn't really think about why that thing was called the windmill or whatever. You would never really question it, really. Well, you might do, but to think that obviously it's named after that because there was an actual windmill here, you know. So, you know, Windmill Hill or Windmill Lane or the, you know, the Windmill Pub, you know. So, and it's funny how things and places and what have you get their names. You know, I mean, it's like the people that usually, actually worked these things hundreds of years ago when they used to ground flour. I mean, that's presumably what it was originally for. It was to make flour for bread, you know, for the bakers and that. And the person that used to run these things was called a miller. And of course, that's where you get the surname from, Miller. And it's the same with tanner. Tanner is a person that made leather and worked in what they call a tannery. And Smith, that's another one, blacksmith, that comes from blacksmith. So the name Smith comes from that. Wright, as in wheelwright, people that used to make wheels. Cartwright, I guess, even. But yeah, it's amazing where names and people's names and place names, you know, if you look into them, they sort of stem from things that are around, sometimes even from occupations and stuff like that, like I say. But this is really amazing. It's really cool. I'll tell you what, we'll walk around this way. And then I want to have a look over there actually in a minute, because I've noticed there's some sort of like stuff on the wall there. So we'll have a little look at that in a second. But we'll go back round this way. So it is pretty cool though, isn't it? I must admit, it really is cool. So yeah. Okay, actually I can't see what I'm doing, so I better turn the screen back round a minute, because I want to make sure I've got a nice good shot of this, which is pretty steady, because I know I'm walking around, and sometimes I've noticed with some of my videos that, especially when I'm holding it in my hand and I'm walking about, it can be a bit sort of, you know, sorry, getting all tongue-tied now. You know, the picture can be all over the place kind of thing, and it's like, you know, I'm trying to be a bit smoother with the, so that when people watch it, it's less jerking around sort of thing, and it's just a smoother sort of picture to watch, as it were. So I don't know if I'm explaining myself very clearly there, but anyway, right, so we'll go back down this way, and what we'll do is, hang on, wait, ooh, sorry, right, okay, now there's a couple of signs over here, so what we'll do is we'll have a little walk over here, and we'll check these signs out over here, because obviously it's going to give you a little potted history perhaps, and a little bit of information about the windmill, maybe even what its original function was. As I say, I suspect it was a mill, you know, not just windmill, but as in, oh, it's grade 2 listed, look at that. This is a significant landmark that is a reminder of Lambeth's rural past. It stands as the only living, the only surviving windmill in a borough that once had 12 windmills. Oh wow! See, I'm learning something as you guys are. It is also the only remaining windmill in inner London. Wow, that's amazing. Brixton Windmill is a Kentish style tower mill constructed from brick and wood. The brick has been painted with a black tar, a traditional method of weatherproofing. It is 15 metres tall, and at the top there is a wooden cap, a boat shaped structure that can be turned so the sails can face into the wind. Okay, yeah, so I don't necessarily want to read the whole thing out to you, although I must admit I'm kind of interested as well, because although, like I say, I did come here about 2 years ago, I've not actually read all of this. I've probably just read a little bit, because sometimes I can be kind of lazy and I don't always want to read everything, but I don't know. Oh look, 2003, Friends of the Windmill Gardens started a campaign to restoration of this magnificent building. In 2011, the restoration of the windmill was completed with funding from the Heritage Lottery Fund, Lambeth Council and Friends of the Windmill Gardens even. Today the council and friends are working together to deliver an annual programme of events, workshops and open days for schools and the general public to enjoy. Wow, cool. So yeah, obviously it was an actual mill in the sense that it was presumably grinding corn to make flour so they could make bread. The conditions of the 100 years ago are maintained in this rural spot, and it is a relic of an age which is fast becoming a memory. It is approached by a small roadway hedged with privet, over which hang on, nods, I can't read that bit. What's it say? Nods? Something, limes and filiberts, and lots of fowl. Right, okay, sorry. That was chronicled in the, well, sorry, Daily Chronicle, 1917. Right, sorry. I was struggling reading that then. Right, formerly known as Ashby's Mill. This building tells the story of two mills, a traditional wind-powered mill that operated for 45 years and produced stoned wheat, wholemeal flour, and a steam and later gas-powered mill installed in 1902 to serve the public's desire for white flour. Oh, okay. Right, okay, like I say, I'm not being funny, but I'm getting a little bit, what's the name of, continually reading all of that blurb. So, okay, now this is what I wanted to just check out as well. They've got these mural things here, but they're sort of like not so much pictures as writing sort of thing, which is quite nice and colourful. So that looks quite good. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I've got a bit of a throaty thing going on here. Right. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Brixton Windmill. And like I say, I'm going to post this in a bit. Not sure how long this vlog is at the minute. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to turn this back round and I'm going to show you guys the windmill again from here, so you can get a better look at it from a distance. But there you go. And like I say, I did come here a couple of years ago and I took a load of photographs, but it was before I had this camera anyway. So, and as I say, I have been thinking about this for a few weeks now, about coming here and doing this little vlog. Yeah, so there we go, the Brixton Windmill. Cool, absolutely fantastic. Right, okay, so I think what I'll do is we'll head back now, and then when I get back I'm going to upload this, and I'm not sure, I'll maybe do another one later on, something maybe, I don't know. Oh, I was hoping to catch the windmill in my, as we're going back, I was hoping to catch trying to keep the windmill in view as we're walking along, so as it disappears behind the tree. So, oh well, goodbye windmill, we shall see you another time. Okay, right, so we're heading out now. As you can see, they've made this into a little park sort of thing, so presumably obviously this was the original sort of farmland and stuff years ago. Right, okay, so I'm going to stop it there, and as I say, we'll try and, oh no, mind you see the tree covers it now, so you can't really see it from, well, you might be able to see the sails just about. Right, okay, we'll leave it there. Catch you guys later.